Just last month, the family of R&B singer Sean Levert won a $4 million settlement. Levert died in the Cuyahoga County Jail after being denied medication he needed. Well, tonight, a 5-on-your-side investigation has uncovered a jailhouse death in another nearby county and more troubling questions. On your side, Chief Investigator Ron Regan joins us with what he's found. Ron?
Well, Danita, Michael Reed's probation officers picked him up at his own home on a misdemeanor charge. His family called them after Michael began drinking again in violation of his probation. Less than 24 hours later, though, after being taken to the jail, Michael was dead. It was the Richland County Jail where 37-year-old Michael Reed finally turned for help.
He knew he needed help because he couldn't control his alcoholism.
His family trusted that Michael would get help.
Kind of like you feel that he's safe and he's going to be okay and they're going to take care of it.
But what happened inside this cell raises serious questions about Reed's treatment. A nurse on duty when Michael arrived at the jail found his pulse was racing, he was dehydrated, and needed to go to the hospital. His blood alcohol 4 times the legal limit, all according to this report, filed by Reed's probation officer, who was with him that day and who also told jailers Reed often went into seizures while coming off alcohol.
So they were warned that he could go into seizures.
And these audio recordings, released by the Sheriff's Department, backs that up. It's a conversation between 2 corrections officers describing what Michael told a nurse.
He came in, he was drunk, told her he was going to seize. She told Mayhem to leave him down here overnight and that they'd check him in the morning.
Why, when you are a high risk and you are told that this inmate has seizures, why do they put them in a concrete cell with a concrete bunk? I don't understand that.
And that night, another call. Again, warning of seizures. This time from Michael's own sister.
I just want to make sure he's okay, and I just want you guys to make sure you keep a close eye because he'll seizure out.
Okay. What is your brother's name?
My niece, Michael's sister, called to see how he was doing and said, do you realize that he does have seizures, that he will go into a seizure? And nothing was done.
Michael remained inside his cell, and by 8:29 the next morning, he knew something was wrong. He gets up, walks across his cell, and presses a buzzer. By now, it's too late.
Hey, this is Richland County Jail. I need an ambulance.
They didn't take him to the hospital. They didn't give him medication. They put him in a concrete cell. They had warnings by telephone. They didn't do anything.
Michael Reed hit the concrete so hard he suffered a massive brain injury, according to this coroner's report. Additional phone conversations among jailers documents confusion over why Michael was put in a detox cell.
Do you know why Michael Reed was put in D-cell? There was no report written yesterday.
That was the nurse.
The nurse did that? The nurses don't know anything about it.
It's just like they didn't care. Like he was just a drunk inmate, another one, not really a human, a person with a heart and soul like we all have, with feelings.
This was a misdemeanor arrest, and it was a death sentence.
Tom Merriman is a Cleveland attorney who has filed this lawsuit against Richland County in federal court.
They chose to treat him like Otis the Drunk, Mayberry RFD, like a 1960s TV show. Throw him in a jail, let him sleep it off.
The lawsuit alleges that this alcohol withdrawal protocol that would have prevented Michael's seizures was never followed.
We all know people who rely on medication to survive. Just because you get arrested for a misdemeanor doesn't mean you surrender your right or your need for your medication, for basic medical care.
Well, the Sheriff's Department has declined to comment on the case, but we checked with the U.S. Department of Justice that tracks inmates treated in local jails for drug and alcohol abuse. Nationwide, from 2000 through 2007, 567 inmates died, 3/4 of them within the first 7 days of being jailed. I'm Chief Investigator Ron Regan.
All right, thank you, Ron.